Guys, thank you for watching this video. My name is Kat, and today I want to talk about something that people are finally starting to massively wake up to. And what I mean by that is everyone around the world, no matter where you are starting to have more realizations about who they are, what, you know, kind of world they want to live in, and realizing that we all really do impact the whole world that we perceive around us. Deep, I know. So let's get into it. So, first off, you may have been hearing about consciousness or spirituality a lot, okay? Everybody's talking about it. Now, it is different for everyone. Consciousness, awakenings, maybe you've even heard of a spiritual awakening. And that was funny the way I said it. But we all kind of, whether we have a label for it or a term for it or not, we all kind of have experienced the same thing. Now, for me to help you guys relate more, I'm just going to kind of explain my personal experience and what I would call my spiritual awakening. Um, for starters, I had my spiritual awakening or started to become conscious of the fact that I was going through a spiritual awakening around 4 years ago now. And really, I would say it is a process that I have gone through my whole life. But now, where I am at, this will be the year that I turned 22, I'm finally realizing so much more and how much more potential that I have and everybody around me has, so including you. So at around the age like 17, I started to just get downloads of information. I'd have realizations, which is what a lot of people would call it. And these realizations were about everything, okay? And really, the more that I paid attention to these realizations, and I'll get into what realizations that I had, but the more that I started to pay attention to these realizations, I also realized that um, this is basically the core of who I really was the whole time, like my whole life. Now, these realizations were I wanted to get away from drama. Drama was no longer entertaining to me. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm still a human being. I still have experienced, dramatic people and being dramatic myself at times. But through this process, I've kind of shifted as like further away from that, as far away from that as I could, and realized that once I took my attention off of drama or gossip or, petty things, because that is petty to me, um, I realized that there is a whole other world that I could be focusing on that existed within me and literally in this world. A lot of us would like to say that we live in a sad world, a bad world, a negative world in some type of way. But I used to say that too, because if you know me, which the reason why I'm making this channel is so that you all can get to know me. If you get to know me, you'll see that I haven't had an easy life. And I don't think I've been, I was meant to, because I believe that everything happens for a reason to teach us something. And so, by not an easy life, I mean probably one of the hardest lives that people could go through. Now, I'm not complaining and I'm not comparing either. We all go through our own paths and we experience whatever we need to experience in order to teach us something so that we can move to the next level in our lives, in our consciousness, in our evolution, okay? So that brings me to the point where these realizations that I was having was much more stronger than just, oh well, I'm sick of drama. Because now that I look back on that, I've even realized, well, that's kind of common sense. We all say, oh, that's high school, because we know that in high school we were growing, we were insecure, we were picking on others because of our own faults and trying to hide that and mask it. But then we come to a point where we truly understand that, whoa, we need to change something within ourselves. Hopefully, we get there. Now, many of us stay stuck in this pattern for a really long time because it's a good way. Drama is a good way to distract us from really going within and realizing our own shit. Okay, and excuse my language, but I'm just keeping it real. Anyway, so these realizations that I had were so powerful, more than just that drama piece. Now, the other realizations that I had was that, life is beautiful, which comes along with what I was saying about we believe in the negative world. But most of all, how I realized this was because I realized how powerful I am. And when I say I am, I also am speaking to you and saying you are this powerful as well, because we are made up of the same material here in this universe, in this beautiful, universe on this beautiful earth that has a lot to offer us. Now, perception. This is one of the biggest things that I've learned. And if I want to pass anything message, I want people to really step back and take back that their perception rules their world. Now, what I mean by this is if you choose what you focus on grows. And if you choose to focus on the negative, the drama, the all the bad, you're going to see more of that and you're going to attract more of that into your life. That's the law of the universe. That's one of the many laws here. What you focus on grows. And our mind is literally like a garden of thoughts of, whatever that we perceive, we consume around us. So whether it's the music we're listening to or the TV that we're watching or the books we're reading, the magazines, all of that, we are planting seeds, okay? Now, we can plant our own seeds and we can help plant seeds of peace and love and being chill and getting along and having a happy world where we can all raise our children and get along and help each other out. Or we can plant seeds of fear, not wanting to leave our homes, not wanting to get close to people, not wanting to trust people, not wanting to trust ourselves ultimately. And this is something that a lot of people are unconscious of. We are unaware that we can do this. And it's by our words, it's by our actions, and most importantly, it's by our belief systems. What do you believe? Do you believe that you are good and that people are by nature good and that, yes, there is negative out there and we do need to face it, not run from it? But ultimately, love will conquer everything. Love is always an answer in every situation. It's always a solution and it's always there because I am love. We are. And this brings me on to the next part. Some people don't understand love in itself, and love is not something that fluctuates, that can be given and taken, that can, um, you know, be used as, in a threatening way. You cannot, with love, it is simply unconditional, and it is and exists on every dimension, whatever you want to call it, frequency. It is there at the root of all things, okay? And now, the reason why we don't always see it is because of fear. This is really important for us to understand because once we realize that whenever we're not feeling in the love state, it's because of fear. And that doesn't always mean that you're like scared that a dog is going to bite you, or you're going to get attacked by a bear, or you're scared of driving or the dark, whatever your fear might be. It doesn't mean that necessarily. It could be a fear of rejection, a fear that you're not going to make it, a fear that people don't understand you and or love you, a fear of not being loved, a fear of not being worthy, any of these things, okay? And now it might sound cheesy, and it's because we've heard it a lot, and there's a good reason that we've heard this a long time, because even our ancestors knew that inner wisdom, cultivating love and knowledge within oneself, taking care of oneself, is actually the first step to being able to see and feel whatever that is that you have a desire for in your outer world, whether that may be love or abundance or prosperity in all areas of your life, anything like that. So it might sound cheesy, but you must love yourself first. And by love, unconditionally, in all ways, okay? Always and always, okay? So remember that you are not bad and you're not good and that you're not what other people think of you and you're not all of these other thoughts running through your head. You are literally a miracle just for existing, made up of star stuff. So this is facts, okay? And the reason why we're starting to hear about this is because we're all becoming aware of it slowly and perfectly in divine timing. So, if you're watching this video, it's because you're ready to hear the message. There's a saying, when the student is ready, the master will appear. Now, I'm not calling myself a master, but I am saying you can learn from me, and I know I can learn from you too. So, with that being said, I want to really get back to my spiritual awakening. When I had this realization of love, when I had these realizations of how powerful that I am and that I can use my mind to achieve whatever it is, whatever dream that I have, whether that be surrounded by family, whether that be abundance, like I said, any of that stuff, then I slowly started to plant more seeds of wisdom, of knowledge. I had a desire for learning about myself, about all of the wonderful things in this world, in this universe, because there is always more to learn, and that's a beautiful process. Now, a lot of people, when they go through a spiritual awakening, I know I did in the beginning, we sometimes feel like we need to all of a sudden just drop everything and just be this monk, Buddhist monk or whatever, just you know and sometimes we're too hard on ourselves because we notice our ego, notice our darker side, our shadow side, and the side of us that's not in alignment of this new visualization that we have for our life, and we can be hard on ourselves. But and I did this for a long time. But I wish what I wish I would have known earlier was that it's not just about being loving and light. And what I mean by this is we do have a shadow side. We do have ego, and a lot of people, they hear that ego is bad and it's not good and it's out of hand, so we need to detach from our ego completely and just step away. No, absolutely not. If I have learned anything, it's that ego's in the back seat, my heart is in the front seat always. So we use ego, which is this persona that we have of ourselves, and or this perception that we have of ourselves and other people. We use this ego to kind of boost our confidence, boost ourselves, give ourselves, that complete wholeness to us. And we use our heart as the driver. So no matter what you do in life, you try to, more and more go with love than over fear. So once I started doing that, every day I woke up with more energy. I started programming myself. I shut off the news. I realized that there absolutely are darker forces, whatever you want to call them, at play, which is why we perceive the world in a negative place. But knowing who we are, cultivating this loving energy, cultivating all of our truths and knowledge, we overcome that. We conquer everything because it's kind of like a game here in the Matrix, which you'll hear that a lot too. Here, we are meant to learn, and learning is not meant to be easy, which is why I said originally, I don't believe my life was supposed to be easy. And I don't think all of ours are. Maybe some people do have experiences here where their life is or seems easy to others. But we all have evolution. We all have growing to do, and we're all going to die, which is something in another video I'll talk about. Death is such a fear that a lot of people don't live because they're scared of death. Okay, we're all gonna die. You probably won't know when you're going to, and you really got to get over this fear of dying. Some people are even at the point where they question, is it possible with healthy mindset and treating our bodies well and loving ourselves, is it possible that we can find natural ways to live longer? Because we know our ancestors lived a lot longer than what it seems people do today. So remember, nothing's impossible, it's I'm possible, and love conquers everything. So that's kind of where I'll connect this to end the video. And don't worry, I'll post more. And if you guys have any certain topics you want me to discuss, I'll always do my best. And I always only speak from experience. So I'll be able to tell you, if I don't know something, because I don't know everything, and I don't claim to. But absolutely, what I do know, I'll share with you guys. And that brings me to, with my awakening, which I'm still kind of going through, I realized that, part of the feeling and thinking that everything has to be positive all the time, I kind of stopped my evolution because I was scared to take a look at the dark. I didn't want to, I was in resistance of seeing what I had to change, because then these judgmental thoughts would come in and I'd be like, oh, you know better than that, but you're whatever. And I just want you to know, if you're going through this, if you go through this in the future, or if you can relate, that is okay. That is normal. But remember, you are the programmer. You are in control of this, and you are always good. Okay? There's no good or bad. You are always love. You have access to this, and it's within you. It is what brought you here. You have that within you 24/7. You can access that 24/7. And just a little fun fact to go along with that, um, studies have actually shown that when you're in the love vibration compared to like the revenge vibration, and what I mean by vibration is what you're putting out, because we are vibrational beings, just like technology and all other types of things. When we're putting out these frequencies, when we're putting out these, we are actually altering our reality on a major level. And when you stay with love, you actually, let's just say that the dice roll in your favor more. And this has been shown. So like when you're in the revenge, I like to use this as an example because I have caught myself in it. Like when you're in that, even that thought process of, oh, this person did something to me, so I'm gonna get them back. When you're at that mindset, you crazy stuff can happen. Another thing about me, I like to rap. I write rhymes, and I'll share that with you guys too, I'm sure. And I noticed like one day I was straightening my hair and I was like going off, and it was like a revenge rap, and it was not what I usually put out, which is conscious and love. And it was not something I would plan on writing down or sharing. I was kind of freestyling, just mad in the moment. My almost brand new hair straightener blew up. out of nowhere in my hand. And that was a huge wake up call to me that, whoa, I do have an impact on things around me, along with a lot of other things that have happened. So, magical stuff also has happened. I've traveled, I've done a bunch of stuff. I've met so many beautiful people that I never thought I would meet in my life. And now I'm at a place in my life where I'm just like, wow, I'm able to see the progress and just see like it that it happened like that right in front of my eyes. And so that's why I feel now I'm able to share it with you guys, because I've been there and I'm going through it, and I'm still going through it. I'm going to keep evolving for the rest of me here. So I hope this video helped. I love you all, and look out for more videos from me. And also, like I said, comment below. Tell me what you want to hear about. What do you want to know about me? I'm an open book. And what you thought of this video. I love you all. Peace.